Hey there, you should not skip this video. I cannot guarantee what level of gold mine you will miss if you just skip this video. So, if you are someone who is interested in technology, be it a coder, be it a software engineer, digital marketer, project manager, anyone, or if you are someone who have already started, doing something in technology, or if you are someone who have started and chasing a growth these days. So this video is going to be for everyone who is interested, who are already in tech, or who wants to grow in tech. What I'm going to share, honestly, I don't know. Only thing I know is I'm going to share a raw, authentic, without scripted video or the content, and I will be sharing five golden advice. These advice will be really helpful. It can act as a catalyst. It can act to change your mindset, perspective. It can act your growth. Anything, right? It's up to you how you are going to leverage these five advice. I'm in this software industry since more than 8 years now. I have seen so many things, different types of people, different types of engineers, managers, different companies, different set of cultures, a different type of industry, right? So with that all years of experience, I feel like okay, I'm some sort of capable to share and give some advice. So that's the only reason I'm making this video. And if you are sitting somewhere thinking and wondering, like, okay, I have just started, or I don't have what it takes, will I make it or not? Will I become a good software engineer or no, right? Or will I just be an average software engineer forever, right? So if you think those all things, it's fine because this is a part of the process, right? If you are chasing some things, if you are doing something, or if there is some goal, and if you are in the path of achieving that goal, getting this kind of questions, this kind of overthinking is normal. Why and how I'm saying is because I have also been in the same position. I used to think a lot, right? I used to overthink. I used to compare with different engineers who have achieved some sort of achievements. I used to compare, I used to have a lot of imposter syndrome because of comparisons and all, right? And if you are still thinking, okay, will I become a good software engineer? And if you don't have an answer, let me tell you something. See, it is not about how genius you are, what is the IQ level you have. It is not about have you done coding since childhood as a fun. No. It is not about you have to work 24 by 7. It is not about all these things. It is only about one thing. And it is so simple. That is, it is all about the mindset. It is a mind game. What kind of things you feed into your mind, what kind of content you consume, right? How you pursue things, all those things matters. What kind of things you learn, what kind of things you unlearn, right? It's all about the mindset. So you need to do some sort of mindset shift in order to become a good software engineer. Advice number one: start from where you are at the moment. Look, whatever you have, just get started. If you don't have a good table, I'm sure you have a bed, right? So start from there. Start writing code in your bed with the laptop. If you don't have a good laptop, or if you don't have a high speed internet connections, just with that low latency and bad laptop, just get started. At least you can write some HTML or some codes. At least you can get or watch some technology related content, right? At least figure out a way, find out a possible way to just get started. When I started that point of time, I didn't have a good laptop. The internet speed was too slow. The resources, the content in the internet itself, there was quite few resources, right? Though it was hard with the bad internet, bad resources, bad circle, I just get started because that time I had a wish, right? Wish to get into the technology. Why I'm telling you is this because I studied the computer science, and I just uh, studied computer science just to get a college degree. The life outside the college, it is a struggle, right? You need to sell yourself to get a job, to start something, right? And the only way to sell yourself is by building the skills, right? Is by building the marketable, the sellable skills. right? So either you build the skills or just fail, right? Advice number two. See, this is the very important advice. Actually, most of the software engineers or most of the aspiring technology talent, they actually fail because they want to achieve a big thing at once. See, the big things cannot be achieved in a single shot, right? Think for a moment. The Facebook itself. Can we build a big giant Facebook by working 24 by 7 for a month or a year, and by just doing one set can we build that scalable level of platform? No, right? So the platform like that, the things like that level could be achieved brick by brick, one step at a time, right? So same thing in your career also. If you want to become a good software engineer, you cannot become a good by building one big projects. You can only build by learning one things at a time, doing small progress every single day, right? So this advice can be titled as, you need to have a micro wins every single day. See, the concept you are trying to learn today, it might be harder, right? So if you keep practicing, keep learning for a few days or a week, you'll get to understand, right? So this is called learning one at a time, right? So today you fix some of the problem, you resolve some bug, right? Tomorrow you learn something in different topic, right? So if you see, after some years or some weeks, right? After some time, those micro things, those small things will make a big piece all together, because those micro wins keep compounding every single day, right? And that's all matters. You cannot imagine down the line after a few years, when you keep getting this kind of micro wins, it keeps summing up, it keeps adding up, and down the line you can become big, the better, the giant, the elegant, the experienced version of yourself. The advice number three: the mindset matters more than the memory you have. What does that mean? That means you shouldn't have a photographic memory, you should not need to be a genius, you should not need to be a smart person, right? So most of the people think, okay, I have to remember so many different algorithms, I have to remember so many different technological terminology, I have to remember so many things. The reality is that is 100% not true. You should not need to remember anything at all. The only thing is you just need to understand. See, myself, I don't have, the photographic memory. I keep forgetting things. Even most of the time, I keep forgetting the simple, some method or function or some class names, those kind of stuffs. That is kind of blunder, right? And I keep making that mistakes. I admit it because I should be honest, right? I don't have photographic memory, and it is not compulsion. So if being smart, being the smartest in the room is not required, then what is required? You might be wondering, right? So the requirement is you have to show up every single day, right? So just show up. So even if you fail today, even if you fail tomorrow, you could have chance to fail the next day, right? But the only thing is you need to show up every single day. You can show up by writing some code. You can show up by learning some courses in Udemy, Coursera, or even in YouTube. You can show up by giving a mentorship to someone. You can show up by taking a mentorship from someone, right? At least you should be there doing something. Either it could be a learning, either it could be a teaching, either it could be just observing, right? So this is the only way, right? So that's the reason, if you see the person who are a good engineers, if you just ask them how you become so talented, right? They will not say, okay, I have read these books for this time, and just by learning that books I have achieved this, right? There is no that kind of shortcuts, there is no that kind of straightforward formula, right? Everybody will have a different story, everybody will have a different starting point, but the only thing that is constant is they keep showing up every single day, right? So be it a front-end engineer, back-end engineer, the AI, anything, if you are in the technological domain, you have to keep showing up every single day. Advice number four. See, this is really simple. The struggle are normal, you know. So, and this is 100% true. So if you ask me, if you ask your colleague, anyone, at times, at many times, they have failed, they have to gone through a lot of different kind of struggles, right? Struggle could be simple, struggle could be complex. If you see that struggle, that seems like easy to you, but for other person that struggles could be a complex one, right? So it depends upon circumstance, right? It depends upon your domain, it depends upon your capability also, right? So how you see that struggle structure, how you try to overcome that structure, it depends from person to person. But the fact is struggle is real, right? So you have to be prepared, you have to well prepared, right? Problems, the hurdles are going to come, and I should be ready. Okay, I should feel that problems, I should feel that structures, and I should strive to go beyond from that problem. And this is the only way to remain in the game, to keep growing and keep learning in the game, and from the game to achieve something bigger and greater, right? In my career I have felt lost in so many times when there is a big code base, when there is a complex projects. I used to think, okay, how could I even start, can I complete that projects even, right? I used to think that kind of thing a lot, right? That is kind of overthinking, right? Even still today I do google the basic things because I cannot remember. But just remember, whoever you see, whoever the good mentors, good software engineers you see today, I'm 100% sure they have walked the same path, the similar path what you are passing or going through right now, right? So feeling stuck is a normal. That's the reason the struggle is real and it is normal. Advice number 4: you need to be a disciplined person over the motivation. See, the motivations comes and goes, right? Some days you'll feel motivated, maybe because of some reason. Some days you'll feel demotivated, maybe because of some reason. Those things are not in your control, right? Some of the external force affect this kind of thing most of the time. So maybe it's a bad day, maybe it's a good day. The only thing is you need to be a discipline, you need to be a consistent. If you are learning some concepts, if you are learning some programming language, or if you are learning some skills, ignore everything and just keep learning, because discipline is the only thing that keeps you moving, right? For an example, if you are learning for 5 days straight and there is no progress, you don't need to feel, okay, I'm learning for 5 days, there is no progress and I'm not learning or gaining any skills, right? The sixth day there is choice, like you could quit, right? If you didn't quit, there is a high chance in the sixth day, with all those failures, you'll learn something. For some person, maybe it is because of upbringing. Okay, about me, my mother was a teacher. My father was in military, the Nepal army. So discipline, honesty, working hard, it's kind of my personality trait from the childhood. So it is kind of easy for me, being disciplined, and that's the only reason I was able to do good and academic. I was a good child, right? Maybe that's the reason. Maybe it is not same for you, right? Maybe you need to work little extra to be more disciplined, to be more honest, to be more working hard person, right? So the discipline helped me more than 80% to achieve anything what I have today. Maybe I have achieved few things in technology, maybe I have achieved few things in academic, and discipline has played a major role. And I suggest you the same: be more disciplined, be more consistent towards whatever you do. All right, so that's all. Those are the advice. So if I reflect now, sitting here, so when is the day I realize, okay, I have to become a software engineer, or I actually could become a software engineer? See, it is not the day I received the job offer. It is not the day when I received my graduation certificate. It was the day when I stopped doubting myself, right? And then only I started learning, growing, failing, again learning, growing, failing, without any apology to myself. Because I stopped comparing, I stopped doubting myself. So maybe today is the day. Maybe today is the day for you to make that decision, to make that choice of not doubting yourself, right? And this is the only way you can start learning, growing, failing, failing again, learning, right? All right. So if you can make that decision today, not wait for that perfect moment, not wait for becoming a perfect person or having a perfect skill sets, take a decision today, right? And start learning, growing, failing, failing again, and keep learning. So if you are still watching till this point, you are already halfway there because you are listening, right? So yeah, so I don't have much thing to say. So that's all about my thought process, my perspective from my experiences. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, drop them in the comment below. I'll be happy to reply or help you in any ways possible. All right, see you. Bye.